I have to admit, I get really jealous when I pull up to Olson's greenhouse because there's so many good trucks. And I still don't have a truck, but here we are. Ta-da! I'm gonna go see what they've got growing inside. I know that they just started some new things for spring. Let's go check it out. The best, right here. Let's go see what they're sticking. We've got geraniums today.
Yep.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what a lot of these are. That's what all these are in here.
Nice. How many do you think you guys will do today? A bazillion?
I don't know. They don't, yeah.
2 billion? If you're new here, Olson's is a wholesale grower. I've been an ambassador on Instagram for them for the last 3 summers. This makes number 4. And you can find their plants in Home Depot and Walmart stores. So this machine gets everything nice and moist, and then it comes up and it gets planted. And there are stacks and stacks of liners. Look at these. I hope I can touch this because I'm going to. So I see people talking about these all the time on houseplants. It's just paper and it dissolves. So if it's still on your plant, it's not the plug of death like people keep trying to tell you online. It's just paper. They need to chill. Look how many. Look how deeply these are stacked. So many. I love it. And these guys, let's go over there and take a look at what they're doing. I don't know how to get over there. I don't want to be in anybody's way. You're good. Oh no, totally fine. All right, now over here, they have all of the planting times of what is getting planted and when. And this is a really fun machine. I will grab some images off TikTok and show you what these do because it's also really fun. So this machine can plant 2,500 cuttings per hour, and there's a camera up at the top that's taking pictures every time it shakes the conveyor belt to find the stem side and the leaf side of those plants and to make sure that it's getting the right end into the potting mix. And then this big thing, I don't even know what this machine does, and it's not running right now, so I can't ask any questions. Well, TikTok to the rescue, because I found this awesome clip of Brian Lloyd. He's the CEO of Olson's, and he's explaining how they plant thousands of flats each day. So those flats hold 288 plugs. You can see I'm loading the trays right here and filling them with soil. They have a little machine right here that blows the excess soil off, and then they recycle it back into the machine to be used again. And now this is the transplant machine that has individual little grippers to grab each seedling, and it can plant 26,000 seedlings per hour, which is insane. But I watched this TikTok like 4 times to make sure that I had that right. It's so cool to watch. Crazy. And then once they have them all planted at the right depth and the right spacing, they go through, that's a little shower in the back right there, and they get put into the greenhouse to be grown into bigger plants. But what I wanted to show you is this is the fun machine that fills the little plugs I was showing you a second ago. This has all of the potting mix. You can see the potting mix back there. There's the potting mix back there. And it gets loaded into this machine and it comes up. I love the smell of potting mix. Comes up and it's packed dry into the little cube. They get cut and put down into the little liners. So they're just filling all of the trays and getting them ready to be planted up. Get a little bit closer without getting too close. So that's just like a paper tube. Comes down and it just chops them.
Yeah, it's paper, and the sides they have like glue.
Yeah.
But when we pass that paper right here,
Yeah.
when they fold this machine right here is warm, so the
it
warm
heats the
part,
glue.
yes, it's gonna heat it and seal it.
Okay, wait. Charlie just told me that the paper has glue on the sides, and when it comes down right here, this heats it up and seals it into a tube, and then it cuts it down here at the bottom, and that's how the tube is made. But it just biodegrades. It's biodegradable. It just washes away. Yeah, it's totally just paper, and it dissolves.
That's the part that is sealing.
Yeah, I was telling Charlie, people online call this the plug of death. Have you heard of this? The plug of death! Because they think this is what's killing your houseplants. But it's paper and it dissolves.
Yeah, it's a biodegradable.
It's biodegradable paper. You heard it from Matt. Biodegradable paper. Yeah, it's not the plug of death, guys. It's totally fine.
The plug of death.
I know, and I laugh. He's telling me all the good stuff and he doesn't have a mic on. Okay, Matt.
So one of the biggest things with the Ellie pots is
called an Ellie pot, not a paper plug.
Not a paper pot. Ellie Guard is the team. It comes out of Europe and out of Holland and the Netherlands, or I guess not Holland and the Netherlands. A lot of landscapers use these. It reduces the plastic waste. The paper is biodegradable. It breaks down in the soil very rapidly. It also saves a lot of labor. So companies or big operations like Disney and a lot of the large landscapers love these because they can plant them rapidly. They pull them out. It doesn't rip the roots out of the pots, so the roots don't adhere. That's why we use them, is it doesn't adhere to the side of the pot. So if the plant has a weaker root system, it allows us to pull those out without damaging the plant.
So smart.
Yeah. So there's a lot of benefits.
Eco-friendly.
And it is very eco-friendly.
Not the plug of death.
Correct.
I was just telling Matt, I was like, do you know what this called? They call this online, they call this the plug of death. He's like, why would they call it that?
Yeah, and other growers, they use something that it looks like it's like a little, they call them a grow coon. There's a plastic netting.
Yeah.
It's actually not a plastic netting. It's made out of cornstarch. So there's another biodegradable thing that a lot of companies use. We went with Ellie Guard. Some places use the grow coon. Some places use like the glue plug where they infuse glue within the soil to keep it, but it's all for the same thing. They're biodegradable, and it helps us to not damage the plants when we transplant them into the finished container.
It keeps those roots safe. I'm going to take this home and see how long it takes to dissolve in water. We're going to fact check, myth bust this. Liners are vegetative items and plugs are seed.
Yes.
So this is a liner because it's vegetative and it's getting stuck
Yes.
in.
Yes.
Planted. It's getting planted to propagate. I have to learn all the growing terms.
Yeah.
You know? Matt's showing me the bigger size of Ellie pot also. That's big.
Yeah.
Look how big that is.
So
here we go.
we'll use this size of an Ellie pot for items that don't react well, but some plants are a lot more sensitive, such as a geranium. And so if we were to use the same thing like we would use on a petunia, the geranium would never grow.
Interesting.
And so this is a way for us to produce a large geranium. And the other thing is that the geraniums grow slower than a petunia.
Yeah.
So we'll put this in with the petunia. We'll use some different techniques of growing, but this gives the geranium a head start. And so we use.
So you put them in the bigger
bigger
Ellie pot.
Ellie pot.
That's cute. And it's the same machine. It's just a wider tube,
Yes, it's
a
just
wider
tube.
wider ribbon. And then that's how you get the bigger petunias. So you start the petunias separately, then you put them all in the combos. I love the geraniums. Here comes the boom. Do we need to move?
You just have to stand in the middle and just
Okay. It's gonna drive by us. Why am I so nervous? That's fine. Probably not fine for my camera though. I'm gonna move my camera up and out. Ooh, we got sprayed. There we go. Everything's always moving. I get a little nervous when I'm recording things because I get a little not paying the most attention when I walk around. You want to know my daughter's favorite thing in the greenhouse? The brownies. The brownies in the machine. You know why? Because sometimes it sticks. And sometimes I have to buy her 2 brownies. So sometimes when she comes to visit, she gets 2 brownies instead of just 1. So she's a big fan. It's the small things that bring you joy. Now my friend Matt said we could head over to, I think it's called the Seed House. I haven't been over there yet, and I certainly haven't been on a guided tour, so I'm going to take him up on that, even though I could stay here for days and look at all the fun things going on and moving and getting planted up. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Everywhere you look, there's just little happy baby plants. I had to stop and look at the violas. Look at these. Oh, they're so charming. These ones are blooming already. This one says Viola Sorbet Mix Blueberry Sundae. And they would be so charming to plant and draw. Just tuck him back in there very carefully. Oh, I want to take one. This one says Heuchera Carnival Cinnamon Stick. That's a pretty color. That's beautiful. And then this one says Heuchera Carnival Peach Parfait. That's a lovely color as well. Now this one is Fire Chief, and I've grown this one before, and you can see it a little bit in the video. But when the leaves on Fire Chief have the sun shine through them, look at how much they light up. So this one's absolutely amazing in the garden. If you love reds and bronzes, this one it's so good. In the morning and the evening, the light just shines through them in the most perfect way and makes them glow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join me on my next video where I get an exclusive tour of the Olson's Greenhouse Seed House. You won't want to miss that one. See you soon!